Welcome to Zrekan Reviews. I'm Zrekan, and today we're looking at Unravel. It's a game I've been interested in since it was announced at E3 last year. Unravel is a physics-based platformer. In it, you play as a character called Yarny, though his name is never said in the game. Actually, barely anything is said in the game at all, and none of it is English. That's not a bad thing, I'm simply pointing that out. The story is actually told through photos and a couple of cutscenes at the beginning and end of the game. As you complete levels, you unlock photos for that level in an album. So the story is not told to you, you have to work it out, which means you can get lost. I do like how the story is told. I haven't played a game that's done this before. Also, the story is a personal one. It's quite nice and I found it compelling enough to keep me interested, though that may have been down to me trying to work out what the story was to begin with. It's also a good length. I completed it in less than 6 hours, and I didn't get all the secrets, so you can get more out of it. Speaking of the secrets, the little buttons you collect throughout the level, they unlock items to do with the level around the pictures you use to enter them. In the game, Yarny must jump, swing, and climb to get past obstacles. As the game progresses, the obstacles become harder, and there are even some unique scenes introduced, like being chased by a gopher at one point. As Yarny moves, he leaves a line of yarn that he can use to climb back up from where he just came from. And it adds another challenge sometimes, where you have to manage your yarn. You have to complete a section in a certain way so you have enough yarn to get to the next checkpoint, and get more. Luckily, this only happens near a checkpoint. For the most part, the game plays well, though there are a few issues. Starting off the beginning, the tutorial throws a lot at you, some of which you don't use until later on, and then when new mechanics are introduced, it doesn't tell you about them. For instance, the swamp level, you can use your yarn to get rid of the mosquitoes which hinder your movement, but it doesn't tell you that at all. Explaining new mechanics as they come into use would be a lot better, but sadly they don't do that. Also, you'll find yourself doing the same thing often. Move object A to destination B to jump to the next area. Swing along the branches like your Spider-Man, tie the yarn between 2 points to create a trampoline to access the next area, and so forth. While you're playing, you'll notice that the music is awesome. Most of the time the music is soothing and relaxing, but it can really pick up the pace in the more intense parts. The sound is also great. I love the beach level. The sounds of the waves crashing on the shore were a joy to listen to. Though I question why when you push an apple, it sounds like a wooden box, but that's a minor thing. I did run into a couple of audio bugs. At one point, the music stopped playing entirely, and another, after finishing a level with crows, there was a constant cawing noise even though there were no crows around, but they both fixed themselves eventually. There were also a few minor graphical glitches, but nothing that broke the game. Speaking of which, this game is gorgeous. The landscapes look beautiful, well, when they're meant to, and the lighting is fantastic. The aesthetic of this game really sucks you in when you're playing. I do recommend a controller for a game like this. You can play on mouse and keyboard, well, on keyboard, there's no mouse controls whatsoever. All the keys on the keyboard are rebindable, which I do suggest you do because the standard setup's a little strange. Unravel is not a perfect game, but it's a wonderful experience, and that may be what they were initially going for. It's definitely style over substance. The look and sound of the game is a lot better than it plays, but I enjoyed my time with it. That said, if the themes and the aesthetic of this game don't look good to you, or you don't like platformers, you may not feel the same. All in all, I recommend this game. Give it a go if it interests you in the slightest. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, why not press that like button, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and leave a comment down below. I hope to see you again in my next review. See you then.